So you know that piece right there is gonna be really good. Oh boy, 5,000 subscribers. Yes, sir. Hey guys, welcome to my kitchen. I'm Jamison and this is how I cook. Up next to celebrate 5,000 subscribers, I'm gonna show you guys something very special. We're gonna make a whole suckling pig in my smoker. That's right, just in time for barbecue season, we're gonna smoke a whole suckling pig. Up next on This Is How I Cook. Yeah, so this came vacuum sealed, and beautiful animal, nice healthy pig. All I'm doing is taking it out the packaging. Still got a little ice in here, so here's our whole baby pig. All right. Hey guys, so I'm gonna show you guys how to inject the pig and how to season up the pig. And before I get into all of that, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. And share this video with somebody who you might want to see how to put together a whole hog and roast a suckling pig. All right. So one of the things you want to do with any large piece of meat you get is you want to inspect your animal. So the nice thing about this pig is that it's really well butchered. It's clean. There's not much hair on it. Like right here, you see this little piece of hair, this little tuft of hair. So all I'm gonna do is take my knife and just pick that off just like that. Came off clean. One of the things you wanna look for, I wanna show you this. If you buy a slaughtered animal, it should have a stamp on it, an inspection stamp. See that inspection stamp right there? That's what you want to see. That's how you know you got something that has been looked at and that something's gonna be safe to eat. So, since this pig is pretty much already clean, the only thing I'm gonna do here is come and look on the inside and clean up anything that I don't want to have in my final cook. So in here, looks like this is some type of tongue to the pig. So what I'm gonna do here, I don't want that. I'm just gonna take my knife, butcher that out the way, and get rid of that. Inside here, I don't see anything else too bad. This little nodule or whatever. Anything that just makes it look like it's not gonna be a clean cook, I'm just going to clean that up, right? Because we don't want anything in here that's gonna give our pig a off flavor. See how that came out there? All right. But as you can see, this pig is in good shape. The edges look good. I don't see any more tufts of hair. I don't see any more organs that I need to remove. Let's look here at the back side. Yeah, sometimes you might buy these and they may have the kidney still inside of them. This doesn't have the kidney, so we're looking good here. Only thing I'm gonna do now is take my time and inject it and get it seasoned up here for you guys. So for my pig, I'm gonna give a Latin flavor profile. So I got some Goya marinade. This is Mojo Criollo seasoning. And so this just contains a lot of citrus juices. You can see the color of the marinade. It's a beautiful marinade. You can get this at your local grocery store. Got all this beautiful flavors in here, citrus, peppers, spices, some salt. But this is gonna make a perfect marinade to help promote juiciness in this pig, as well as to get some flavor down inside of my animal. When you get ready to inject an animal or a piece of meat, you gotta figure out how much of the injection you wanna use. If you plan on using the entire bottle of injection, then take your needle, your injector, and load it from the bottle and inject the animal and then repeat. If you don't plan on using the whole bottle, then what you've gotta do is take some type of glass, pour your marinade in the glass, and then load your injector from the glass. Because if you load it from the bottle, but you don't use the whole bottle, then you're going to contaminate the bottle of marinade, and it may not be something you want to use on anything else that you're gonna make. So you always want to load from the bottle if you're going to use the entire bottle, but if you're not going to use the entire bottle, load from something else. And that keeps the bottle safe so that you can store it in the refrigerator and use it again at a later time. So I'm gonna use this entire bottle. So I'm going to load my injector from the actual bottle. And then when I draw up, it's just like a syringe. It'll pull up all of the marinade into the needle. You see that I have this pig flipped over on his back. The reason why is that I don't want to mess up my pretty skin on the top side of the pig and mess up the presentation. If I go in and inject the pig from the skin side up, you'll see a bunch of holes and injection marks. So we're going to inject the pig from the bottom side through the cavity of the animal. So first thing I'm gonna do is start with these hams. I'm gonna come back here, and all I'm gonna do is take my needle and slide it into the meat, and then just like a needle, right, we're gonna push in, and you can see it swell up here, right? See it swelling up? That's how we know we've injected our pig. And you may get some product coming out of the hole, but it's right there in there now. And I'm gonna do this a couple times for each ham. So same thing here on the other side of the ham. I'm gonna come in on the other side of the bone and then just squeeze in. Beautiful. And so that is how you inject a piece of meat, and in this case, a whole hog. Yeah, same thing here, come in and find a nice cavity, and then you just squeeze in. We're giving our pig a BBL, y'all. I know you're saying, well, how much do you need, Jamison? Well, I normally put enough in there until the pig starts to squirt it back out. So you just want to take your time and slowly remove the syringe. And you see there some of it came out, but that's okay. So we want to do the same thing here with the shoulders, right? So what I'm going to do here, because I can't quite get in through all this this bone tissue, right here in the armpit of the shoulder, I'm going to come in with my needle. Skin of the pig's a little tough, so I'm going to come in right underneath. There we go. Just take your time. Get up underneath there and inject that bad boy. So I came in underneath the armpit. I'm gonna hit this one more time here. Another. Just take your time. Get it deep in there. Come back. There we go. So I kind of went down and you could feel it. And that's one of the things you want to do as you're injecting. You just want to keep an eye on where your injection is going by feeling where you feel the swelling at. So same thing here, we're coming kind of on the front side. Come in there. It's like giving lipo. And you just push until you feel it come out. And that's your shoulder right there. And we're gonna do the other shoulder, and that's it. Same idea, come underneath here. Find your cavity, and then push, there we go. Beautiful. So I did the injection to get flavor and some salt down into the hams and into the shoulders. Let me show you what we're gonna do, because we're doing a Latin flavor profile to this hog. So I've got some Sazon made by Goya. This pack has some beautiful color notes in it, and we're gonna use that to color up the inside of the hog here. So you can already see I've already spilled a little bit on the legs of the hog, but that's okay. This is gonna be all right. So this is really cooking. So what I wanna do is, you see where my marinade is pooling, that's okay too. I'm gonna just take my time and open up the inside of the pig. And I'm gonna take this seasoning pack and I'm gonna just dust the inside of the hog. You're gonna need a couple of these depending on how big your hog is. So come back, get another packet, do the exact same thing. Get that tenderloin, see that tenderloin there, those 2 tenderloins? So I know I've put salt in here from the other packets. So now I'm just gonna come back in here with a light profile of this. I'm just trying to get some seasoning in this. I'm not trying to go crazy. I'm not trying to, you know, season forever, but I just want a nice light dusting of this to help add some flavor into this. You know, this is a big piece of meat. It's 20 pounds of a hog. And so we're just gonna take our time and dust all this pork with some of this adobo seasoning. So all I'm gonna do here now is just come in and dust this bad boy up and just rub the skin down with this seasoning. And we want it to be even. We don't want it to be splotchy. So you just take your time and paint the hog. And we got some flavor all over this animal. Beautiful looking pig, man. And all I'm doing here is just making sure I don't have any spots. Whatever I plan on eating, it needs to get some seasoning on it. So guys, you saw how easy it is for us to put together the seasoning profile of this whole hog. I'm gonna take this and let it marinate in the refrigerator overnight so that we have an opportunity to let the seasoning go all the way through it. And then tomorrow, I'm gonna fire up my pit boss and throw this thing inside of the smoker, and we're gonna see how it turns out. You guys don't wanna miss this. So I got my smoke tube lit. I got it filled with pellets, and I've also got some hickory chunks in here. So we're gonna add this into the pit so that as the pellet smoker is rolling, I get extra smoke on that pig. All right, so it's the next day, guys, and I wanna take a moment to show you how I've got my Pit Boss 1150 set up. Let's open up this bad boy. So we got the hog in here, and as you can see, she's slayed out really nice. Got the hooves all pointed in the same direction, the trotters at least. And in the back there, you see my smoke tube. I've got it going also, filled with some pellets and filled with some hickory chips as well. And so the whole point of what we're trying to do today is get a good color on the hog initially. So for the first 2 hours, I'm only gonna cook this hog at 190 on my controller for the actual pit boss. So it's set to 190, let it put out a bunch of smoke. But yeah, man, this bad boy's coming together. She looks real good. Nice even color from the seasoning we adjusted at the very end of our preparation yesterday. I'm gonna show you guys what this looks like in 2 hours, and then I'll show you guys what this looks like at the final cook. So guys, we're 2 hours into smoking the hog. And like I said, this has been a very low temperature. I've been smoking the hog in the pit boss at 190. But all I wanna do here now is crank the temperature up to 275, and I'm gonna protect those ears and that snout because I don't want those getting too dark. So probably after I've cooked this at 275 for about another hour, maybe even 2 hours, I'll come back out here and put something on the snout of the pig and the ears of the pig to keep it protected. Y'all, this is coming together just the way I want. Look at that beautiful hog, y'all. Beautiful color on that hog from that seasoning. So we're 2 hours into me turning the temperature up on the grill. So we're at 275 now. And you can see we've got some dark spots developing on the bottom parts of the shoulder here of the pig, this trotter, kind of in the back. So what I've done is I've got some aluminum foil to cover up some of these spots that were turning a little bit dark, just to help protect the pig throughout the cook. But as you can see, y'all, we've made amazing progress. Yeah, man. Whole hog, y'all. Stay tuned. Hey guys, so we finished our pig. That pig was in the smoker for about 7 hours. 2 hours of smoke at a real low temperature of 190, and then 5 at 275. So we've let this pig rest now for about 30 minutes or so, and I'm gonna show you guys how to get into this and eat this. So on the top part of the pig, this is your loins, and this is your hams, and this is your shoulders. And so all we're gonna do is take a knife and we wanna cut through this skin. And just take your time and go along the back of the pig. And then when you get down into the shoulders, you can kind of curve down a little bit. You just want to unzip this bad boy. Same thing here on the back side with this ham. And then as you pull this back, look at all that beautiful meat. Yeah, that's beautiful meat. Smoky and delicious. And so you see the ribs of the pig, you see the loin, and so up here in the shoulder, this is all nice and done. Yeah. But this is our whole pig, y'all. And if you get a bigger pig, you're gonna have more meat on it. This is a 20-pound pig. So if I pick this clean, I'm gonna get about 10 pounds worth of meat. So let's see what this skin here. This piece here with this loin meat. Look at that beautiful piece of meat. Smoky, juicy. Perfectly done. See how beautiful that is? Okay guys, here's my favorite part. It's time for the taste test. So I'm gonna take a little bit of that skin piece, that fatty piece right there. I don't even want to do that to y'all. I'm gonna get a little bit more of this loin here too. So let's give this a taste here. Oh. This is simply delicious. Oh. So the piece of loin. Okay. So remember, we went for a Latin flavor profile. Instantly, I'm getting the citrus notes from the Mojo marinade, the injection that I put in there. I'm also getting plenty of smoke. And it's amazing how the smoke and those citrus flavors are playing together. And in that marinade is also some salt. So you got plenty of salt that's flavor in this meat. This is really delicate, really juicy, and it's just simply an amazing, an amazing piece of barbecue. Guys, thank you again for tuning into my channel. I've got to break this pig on down and get it broken up and cut up into different pieces, but I'm Jamison. This is how I cook. Thank you guys for 5,000 subscribers. Do me a favor, become another subscriber and hit that button on the way out. Subscribe and turn on those notifications. I'm gonna get back to this pig and get back to my Memorial Day weekend cookout. Let me get some more of this over here on the shoulder side here too. Hold on. Don't go nowhere. You gotta go ahead and go. That's fine. Look at that. I want to show them that marinade. See how that marinade got into the meat right there? So you know that piece right there is gonna be really good. see how tender it is? See all that seasoning that we injected into the pig? Take this piece right here. Oh boy, 5,000 subscribers. Yes, sir. Oh, juicy and flavorful. Guys, y'all be good. I gotta work over this hog. Y'all take care.